Nigeria. I want to know where each and every one is joining us from. So can you do me the honor and put in the chat your name and where you're joining us from? Okay, let's go. Let's go. We are over 56 individuals on this call. I want to ensure that every single one of you are engaged. So please, let's have it. Let's have it. Let's have. We're not going to start the session unless we start seeing those responses. Only one person. So I have only one person on this call. No, I won't accept that. Please, let's have as many responses as we can get. We have over 55. If you're an OG, that means you've been here for multiple of our sessions. Fantastic. Please, you know how we get this thing done. If you're new, let's know where you're joining us from. Let's also know what your name is so that we can welcome you properly. I want to, when people are watching the recording, they need to know that amazing people joined our session. Okay, so I'm going to start. Yeah, instead of raising your hand, just go into the chat, put your name and your location that you're joining us from. Okay, so let's have that. So I'm going to go to the chat right now, and that's what I'm going to be focusing on for the next couple of seconds, going through the names. So we have Solomon Olalere from Lagos. We have Emmanuel from Lagos, Sumtochukwu from Port Harcourt. We have Wisdom from Benin City, Emmanuel from Delta State, Lillian from Ogun State, Valentine from PH, Obina from Owerri, Godfrey from Owerri, Kingsley from Cape Town. All right, we have some international people in the midst. Kelechi from Abuja, Obi from Lagos, Sam Felix from Kaduna, Munio from Kano State, Dimeji from Ikeja. Second time joiner. Thank you so much. That means you must have done something right that you're joining us for a second time. Cynthia joining from Anambra, Paul from Abeokuta, Dexter from Abuja, Michael from Benue, Shedrack. I'll be able to sing at this point. From Kano, Patrick from Akure, Gaba from Kano. Thank you so much for everyone that took our time to actually put in their information. Oluwatobi George from Ibadan, a first-time joiner. Thank you so much. So we have both a mix of first-time and people that have joined the session, multiple times. Victor from Abia, you are all welcome to today's session. Suleiman from Niger State, welcome to today's session. So as I mentioned, today we're going to be focusing on an AI project showcase, okay? We're going to be teaching you how to create a dashboard with AI. So you're not going, this is not one of those things where you start with manual. It's full-on automation, a full-on automation process, and that's what we're going to be working with. I went far and wide to bring a super important person to come take you in today's session. So please, you push give me my flowers. I'm going out of my way to make this happen. So thank you so much for joining our session. And I'm going to go ahead to start presenting my screen. So please do let me know when you can see my screen. If you can see my screen, let me see your favorite reaction. Let's get it. So I know you can see my screen. Please let me know when you can see my screen. Let me pin that as well. Thank you, Nabons. Thank you. Ayadeji, Stephen, Moses. Okay, all right. It seems like everyone can actually see my screen. Okay, so like I mentioned earlier, today we're going to be focusing on AI projects that make you believe that the future is now. Okay, the future is right now. AI is not even in the future anymore. AI is taking over a good chunk of our day-to-day activities. If you are using any of the Apple products, there's AI involved. If you're using any of the Windows product, there's AI involved. Like every TV station, every tool that you make use of sort of emulates and imbibes AI into it one way or the other. So it's no longer in the future where I remember back in the days when we used to watch movies and they talk about artificial intelligence as something very far away. Now we are the generation that is witnessing AI. So it's something amazing to look at. And just like when the World Wide Web started, there's been quite a lot of resistance to it, but if you are here, you should be able to embrace AI. And we're going to also show you the importance and benefits of how to also make use of AI in your day-to-day activities to make some cool cash. I'm not even talking little, I'm talking in foreign currency, and also how to get foreign roles. So these are some of the things we're going to cover in a short span of an hour, 30 minutes, 2 hours tops for this session. And that's what we're looking to achieve by the very end of today. So we know the topic. Now, who is presenting this conversation? So if this is the first time that you're hearing about Tenalytics or Tenalytics business, I know there are some people that have joined the session over and over again. Second time joiners, some people are 100th time joiners, like I can't even imagine. But if this is the very first time that you're coming across either Tenalytics or Tenalytics business, well, you guys just drop a 1 in the chat. But if this is not your first time and you've been joining our session for quite some time, you can drop a 0. So if this is your first time, drop a 1. If you've been joining over and over again, drop a, oh my God, I feel like there's a lot of first time comers. How do I want to share this package now? All right, so there are a lot of ones. So that means we have newcomers. But I feel like I still see some of my OGs here. If you are my OG in this session, please drop a 0. Identify yourself so that we can get to know you. Okay, it seems like a good chunk of y'all are first timers. Anyways, to my first timers, thank you so much for taking our time on a Friday night to be in today's session. And I promise you, it's going to be power packed. You're going to learn quite a lot by the very end of today. So thank you so much for taking our time. It's amazing to meet each and every one of you. So you can see that my colleague Deborah, she's dropping the attendance form. It's very, very important that you fill that form, because when your facilitator starts to present, he might go quite a bit fast because we are working with time, and you can also have network issues. So if you want to have access to that information in terms of the recording, as you can see, I'm recording the session as well as the slides, please just go ahead to fill in the attendance. And for first timers, we always try to, give you something extra. So please just ensure that you fill in the attendance form. And welcome once again to today's session. Olalere is a OG, so also thank you for joining in today. Also to Jerry and every other, second timer, or you've been joining the session for quite a while. So since we have quite a lot of you here that are first timers, I'm just going to give you a slight rundown about Tenalytics and Tenalytics business. So we are an EdTech organization, and what we majorly focus on is ensuring that individuals are able to, get professional development. When I'm talking about professional development, I'm talking about skill set. We try to ensure that we can help you upskill, and we don't focus on the typical theories. Watch this, do this. It's more or less doing than watching. It's do and watch. You watch and then you do. Okay, so it's more focused on practical sessions. So we want to help you get the necessary skills to be able to become more productive at your job. And if you're looking to transition into another industry, we can also help you with that aspect. So we provide training across different organizations, top organizations like MTN, Koda, InfaCredit, Right Food, Arik Air, just so many. So we focus on both organizations and individuals, and we've done this for over 5 years. So we make sure that the courses that we are teaching you are in-demand skills. So courses like data skills, AI skills, tech skills, that is what we majorly focus on, and that's is what we are also going to be teaching you in today's session. Okay, so enough about me, enough about the organization. Who is going to be taking you in today's session? All right, so meet our superstar of the day. His name is Ayobami Yusuf. I don't even need to speak. You can see his whole his whole bio on my screen. Ayobami is a superstar. He is someone that has helped multiple organizations achieve a lot. Okay, he has worked in a lot of industries: talent intelligence, consulting, manufacturing, health tech, ed tech, quite a lot. So he is somebody that we hold in high regards, that is going to be teaching you everything in regards AI, how to make use of AI, because he focuses specifically on innovation strategy and how to, basically have measurable impact in your organization. He is a research analytics consultant with a global trade expansion consultancy in the UK. Okay, so we're bringing international stars to you right now, and he also takes training operations and as an edtech company here in Nigeria. So today he's going to be here teaching you about an AI skill and how you can make use of it on your day-to-day role. I'm going to come back right after he's done to show you the different places you can get jobs for this AI skills, what the next steps look like for you, and then we'll wrap up the session. Okay, so Ayobami has done amazing. He is a trained professional and he has trained thousands of Africans across the world, across the globe. So he's more than fit to have a conversation with you and show you the next step of why AI is not the future, but why AI is right now. And on that note, I'm going to call up your facilitator for the day. His name is Ayobami Yusuf. And Ayobami, if you're there, let's have you, let's see your face. Let them welcome you to today's session. Hi, Ayobami, are you there?
Yes. Thank you very much, Treasure. Please confirm that you can hear me.
Yeah, we can hear you and we can see you. All right, with the standing ovation, let's get
Awesome.
the
Awesome.
reaction. Let's get the reaction. Let's get the reaction. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. This is your facilitator for today. So I'm gonna leave the stage now, and Ayobami is going to take over. Thank you so much, Ayobami. It's a pleasure, and over to you.
All right. Thank you very much, Treasure. I heard you say quite a couple of stuff that I'm not so sure about. You mentioned superstar. I'm not sure what that means, but yeah, thank you for the warm welcome. And hi, guys. Hi, everyone. Good evening. I can see quite a number of people on the call, and I'm super excited to be driving this conversation with you guys. I don't think there's any more introduction that needs to be done. Treasure has done a great job in introducing me, but I would say that she did a little bit, um, trying to make my head swell, but I would not allow that. So yeah, I'm happy to be here. My name is Ayobami. Like she mentioned, I'm a data analyst, an analytics engineer. Currently, I work as an Azure data engineer, really, just helping organizations tap into their data to be able to use that data to drive operational efficiency. And that's what really I'm about. And I'm also very passionate. In fact, if I like to say that if um, you ask me what is one thing that I would like to do for the rest of my life, is just to help people, to impact on lives, to ensure that enough Africans are represented in the global tech space. And I'm very, very passionate about that. And I've been doing that for quite a number of years now, um, training and mentoring thousands of Africans, helping them get into the tech space. And I'm hoping that by the time we're done here tonight, whatever conversation we have would help you also find your feet within the tech space. All right. So I think that's enough talk. I'd like to start by sharing my screen, and just let me know when you can see my screen. I would be sharing my screen uh, right about now. And while that comes up, I'd also like to remind you, like Treasure mentioned, that the session will be recorded. All right. The session will be recorded, and all you need to do to get access to the recording is to fill out the attendance form that is being shared. All right, so guys, let me know if you can see my screen. I would just like to jump straight into the conversation. Just react, give me any of your reaction. Fantastic, awesome, awesome. All right, so like we all know, tonight is not night of talk. All right, even though I do like to talk, but tonight is fully hands-on. We want to get our hands dirty. We want to explore the world of AI. All right. And one thing I'd like to point out before we even get into it is the fact that whether we like it or yes, AI is here to stay. All right. I know a lot of people are skeptical about AI. In fact, some people are scared of AI and they are scared for AI. But the reality right now is that AI is here to stay. And I'm sorry to announce that there's really nothing anybody can do about it. And businesses are now becoming more AI conscious and AI focused. It might not sound fair, but you've heard stories about Microsoft laying off thousands of employees because they are trying to replace them with AI. But if that's what you heard, that might not be the entire picture. What's really happening is organizations are beginning to realize that they can cut down on workforce, which inadvertently means they can reduce their spending on talents, or they are spending on employees by focusing on talents or people that can leverage AI to improve their efficiency. That sounds like big English. What that simply means is instead of hiring two people to do a job, I'd rather hire one person, pay the salary of one person, but I would prefer that this one person can actually do the job of two people. So what does that imply? I am having to pay one person to do the job of two people. And that is just the reality right now. Organizations are beginning to pick more interest in talents that can, deliver beyond the barest minimum. All right. So what that means for you is if you're going to have any sort of edge in this AI world, it means that you need to be that kind of talent that can, deliver beyond the barest minimum. And the only way that can happen is if you position yourself to leverage artificial intelligence. And the good news is it can be learned. All right. I don't want you to start panicking. It can be learned. A lot of us leveraging AI today never even knew AI existed upon till we started, getting into the old AI frenzy and everybody is upskilling. All right. And that is one of the things we would achieve today. Number one, I want to show you what is possible with AI, but the latent function of that is to also show you that it is possible for you to become that employee that can deliver value to the employer by leveraging artificial intelligence. But let's quickly talk about why businesses are even becoming more AI focused in this day and age. The first reason is because AI grants you greater speed and efficiency. And I think I've talked about that. If it would typically take me 5 hours to complete a workflow, with AI, it will take me maybe 30 minutes. And like we say here in Nigeria, apologies to the non-Nigerians, we say time is money. All right. I don't know if that holds everywhere else, but especially in Nigeria, we attribute value to time. That means that if you're able to spend less time doing something, you are literally saving your organization money. And that's why businesses need people that can leverage AI to deliver at more speed and more efficiently. So that's one reason. All right. Second reason is AI affords you the opportunity to automate repetitive tasks. And there's this thing that people say that when you talk too much, you have more tendency to make mistakes. And I think that also applies to when you keep doing stuff. You do something today, you do it tomorrow, you do it the day after tomorrow. There's a higher chance for you to, in one of those days, make a mistake. But when you have AI automate everything, you're not even touching your laptop. The chances of making mistakes reduce drastically, and that means there are fewer human errors. And that's one of the things that organizations are really looking out for, a workforce that would help them reduce error. All right. And obviously, third reason is it's a no-brainer. It's it gives organizations the opportunity to reduce their cost of operations, and that also means their hiring spend reduces. All right. So instead of hiring 5 people to do the job of a data analyst, I would rather hire 2 people who can leverage AI, and I'm able to, reduce my hiring spend. All right. Another reason why organizations are becoming more AI focused is that AI gives them the opportunity to compete at a better scale. So now, an organization that, for instance, cannot compete with a big organization, now with AI, they have the what's the word now? They have the capacity, all right, the knowledge base of that organization. And let me give you an instance. For maybe Microsoft has competitive advantage in that they have top talents who are able to build software at a particular scale. And a company in Nigeria cannot afford to employ those kind of talents. But with the kind of talents they have in Nigeria, or the kind of talents available to them, if those talents are able to leverage AI, they actually know as much as an Indian. So if an Indian can build a fantastic software, I as a Nigerian, leveraging AI can tap into that knowledge base. I know as much as somebody who has spent 50 years in Harvard, because I don't even need to know. I have an assistant that knows what that guy knows, and I can tap into that and run at a competitive advantage. So organizations are now starting to look at how to tap into AI to have competitive advantage, especially within their locality, all right? And then workforce augmentation. I think I've already spoken about this also at length. Instead of hiring too many people, I hire few people and I augment those few people with AI, and they are still able to deliver at the same level of efficiency, all right? And all of these things that I've mentioned, they all boil down to higher customer satisfaction and retention. I'm spending less, I am doing more. All of that at the end of the day will help me achieve higher customer satisfaction. And I think this is the number one goal of any organization, and AI will help them achieve that. So these are the reasons why organizations these days are now becoming more AI focused. And what this means is, if an organization is becoming more and more AI focused, it simply means that even in their hiring process, they are also thinking about AI. All right. So if you're looking for a job and you're competing against somebody who can leverage AI efficiently, but you don't have that capacity, I think your chances of landing a job is gradually reducing. All right. So if you want to give yourself an edge, if you want to stand any chance in the current reality of hiring, you need to be able to demonstrate that you can leverage AI to deliver more value to any organization you are looking to get into. Guys, am I making sense? You can give me a thumbs up if I'm making sense. All right. Great. So I'm not trying to scare you, all right? I'm not trying to scare you, and I mean, the good news is you can learn these things. You can learn them. You can learn them. So if there's anything I'm saying now that sounds like, oh, this is far-fetched for me, just relax. You can actually learn and become that person. All right. So as against popular notions that the race is against AI. It is not humans versus AI. We hear a lot of rumor online. We hear a lot of stuff that AI is coming to take our job. AI will replace us. But I'm here to tell you that that is not the truth, because AI in itself cannot deliver business value. It can deliver code, it can deliver dashboards, but it cannot deliver value. It needs human input to be able to guide it to deliver value. All right. So the truth is, AI does not replace humans. All right. So if you've been scared before, I know a lot of people don't even like to hear about AI, because in their head, this guy that is coming to replace me, why do I even need to pay any attention? The truth is, AI is not replacing you. If anything, AI is enhancing your productivity. All right. So when we talk about AI, we are coming from the perspective of using AI to improve your productivity. I mean, nowadays, somebody who has never gone to school, who has never, done any software engineering course, can literally build an app, not because he knows how to do it, but because he knows how to instruct AI to do it. Those are the kind of possibilities that you start thinking about, all right, when we talk about AI. All right, so when AI begins to take over repetitive work, what that means is, you as the professional, you have more time to yourself to think creatively, all right? To start thinking about the business context. How do I now start creating more value for my business now that I have more time? I'm not spending so much time coding. I can now think more. I have more time to think about the kind of solutions I would like to see. All right. So that helps you to build better systems. All right. So when we talk about AI, It's more about how AI is going to enhance your productivity. So when you're thinking about the future of AI, it is not about you versus AI coming to take your job. It is actually about humans, you working together with AI systems to deliver better. It's not about you getting replaced by them. So I hope by now you are better relaxed. You're no longer scared, right? Because I know when people talk about AI, people usually have this pushback. So it's one of my mission tonight to ensure that when you hear about AI, you are not scared. Hope I've been able to do just that. If you're no longer scared about AI, please give me a thumbs up. Let me know that I've been able to convince you that AI is not coming for you. All right. AI is actually not coming for you. If anything, AI is coming to help you. All right. So that being said, all right, that being said, let us see some of the possibilities. Well, I talked about how AI can help you enhance your productivity. And I also gave an example of how somebody who has never written a line of code before can build an app. So let me ask a question. You are on this call. You have never built a dashboard before. You don't even know what a dashboard is, or maybe you know what a dashboard is, but you've not been able to by yourself build one successfully. Give me a thumbs up. I want to know if you're on the call. You don't know how to build a dashboard. You only know that, oh, a dashboard can help your business, but you don't know how to build a dashboard. Fantastic. I like that I'm getting thumbs up. All right. So I want to announce to you, all right. I want to announce to you that you would be able to build one by the time we are done with this session. And that is one of the possibilities of AI. Somebody who does not know how to do something can all of a sudden do that thing because now there's a system in place to help him achieve that thing. So let's go into our case study. Tonight, we are going to build an automated sales reporting system leveraging AI. I'm not going to build one thing by myself. AI is going to build everything. And I chose this project. I chose to demo this project to show you something very crucial. Before now, maybe it's just me, all right? But before now, all I've heard people do when using AI to build dashboards is to use AI to generate ideas, all right? To help them to understand how to build it, all right? But in this demo, you are not going to be just generating ideas. You are going to sit back and have AI do it entirely for you. Does that sound interesting? All right. You're just going to sit back, you're going to instruct AI, and AI is going to be the one to build it for you, not just giving you ideas. It's going to really build it for you. Fantastic. So let's get into my machine, and we are going to be using a couple of AI tools. All right. We are going to start with the Google's Gemini AI model. All right, so I'm going to open a new browser. So if you want to follow along, please, you have to catch up very fast because we might not have all the time in the world to take it one step at a time, precept upon precept. So you might want to, have two devices together. You don't want to start switching between screens. All right. But another thing is not to worry in case I'm too fast or in case you're missing out on anything, be reminded that the session is currently being recorded. All right. And anything you miss out on, you can always go back to them when you see the recording. So make sure you fill out the attendance form that is being shared. All right. So the first thing I want to do now, I'm going to approach this from how I would typically complete a project leveraging AI. The first thing I'll do is understand what I want to do. So what is the problem? I have a data set. My boss has given me a data set. Let me open this data set. So I work at a retail store, right? I work at a retail store, and over the years or over the months, my boss gave me data that has been collected. All right. The attendance form is not clickable. Please, admin, you want to fix that. All right, guys. So let's go back to the project. So my boss has given me this data. He called me into his office and he was like, "Oh, Ayobami, hi. So we have exported our data sets from our ERP system. All right. So I need you to analyze this data. I want to know how we are doing in terms of our business performance." And during the interview, I actually lied on my CV. I told my boss that I'm one of the best data analysts in the world, that I'm so good, I'm the greatest guy ever lived. But I just lied so that I'll be able to get a job. And Karma has finally caught up with me. My boss finally gave me a data set and is now saying, Ayo, go and analyze and visualize this data. And I suddenly remember that, oh, we are in 2025. Even if I don't know how to do this thing, I have something, I have a tool that can help me. So I go to that tool by opening up a browser, and the particular AI tool I want to use, I would access it by going to this website, DeepMind. Maybe I'll put it in the chat for you guys. DeepMind.google.com .google.com /models. Is it models now? Slash, is it models? /models/Gemini. All right. So let me try it first. Let me try if it works. Then I'll share with you guys. So I want to use the Gemini AI tool produced or created by Google in their DeepMind project. All right. So when you see this URL, don't get confused. So why are we going from DeepMind to models to Gemini? Gemini is an AI model that was created by Google as part of their DeepMind project. So I'm going to hit enter. Let's see. Okay, that's an error. Let me confirm Gemini. You know what? Let me just do Gemini DeepMind. Let me Google it. Gemini DeepMind. Yeah, let me just Google it. All right, great. So when I Googled it, I found the URL. All right, I found the URL. So gemini.google.com. Guys, can you see my screen? Give me a thumbs up if you can see my screen. If you can see my screen, please give me a thumbs up. Awesome. So I'm going to click on the first option here. Click on Google DeepMind. I'll click on Google DeepMind. And once I click on Google DeepMind, it takes me to this. Oh, yeah, I was correct. The only thing I missed was it wasn't supposed to be google.com. It's actually DeepMind.google/model/Gemini. So let me share that with you guys. Let me share the URL. In case you want to follow along, let me share the URL with you guys. I'm sure you guys will like that. Just give me 1 second. Yep. All right. So if you want to follow along, click on that link. All right. Now I'm within the Gemini AI tool and I want to build. All right. So I'm going to click build with Gemini. I want to build with Gemini. All right. So I saw somebody using the sad emoji. What's the problem? Do you want to type what the problem is in the chat so that I'm able to support you? I saw an emoji and it's not looking great. All right. So we can't click the link. I'm sure it will be fixed. Don't worry. I'm sure it will be fixed. So I'm in the AI studio. I'm in Google's AI studio. If you want to do anything, if you want to create anything as an artisan, you will create it in your studio. So you want to build an AI solution. Google also has a studio where you can build that solution. So it will ask you to agree to some terms. For instance, it will ask you to agree to the fact that as a developer, you're going to build with Google's AI Studio in accordance with their policies. Obviously, I'm going to do that. So I'll check this box. This second box, I won't check it. Why? Because if I check it, Google is going to keep sending me some messages, some mails about their promotions, some updates, offers, and all of that. I don't want that. I'm not interested. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click continue. I would only check this first one and then click continue. All right. So once I click continue, I am right inside Google's AI Studio, and I can use this Google's AI Studio to build solutions. Guys, if you can see my screen, if you are right on track, please give me a thumbs up. If you are right on track, please give me a thumbs up. Fantastic. I see a lot of us can see my screen. Great. So now I'm in Google's AI Studio. It's just like you are in a kitchen. All right. You need to start cooking. All right. So now we are in Google's kitchen. Now let's start cooking. But before we start cooking, I want you to bear in mind that Google has several AI tools that you can use for different things. All right. I think some months back, Nano Banana was really trending. All right. It was really trending. So Nano Banana is an AI model for state-of-the-art image generation. Or is that what we want to do? Are we trying to generate images, guys? Give me a thumbs up if yes. Give me a thumbs down if no. Are we trying to create images? Is that what we are here for? Are we graphics designers? Absolutely not. Definitely. So this is not the model we are going to be using. We want a model that can think like an analyst, that can think like a data analyst and build data solutions for us. So the model that Google has to achieve that is their powerful Gemini 2.5 Pro. So I'm going to click on Gemini 2.5 Pro. And once I click on Gemini 2.5 Pro, you will see it on the right pane that the model you are currently using is the Gemini 2.5 Pro. All right, so Gemini 2.5 Pro is a very powerful model that can think on its own. All right, if you give it the right prompt, it will think on its own. And now this is where I start by telling you that one of the best skills you can learn in 2025 and beyond is AI prompt engineering. And I'm going to be very honest with you. AI prompt engineering goes beyond telling ChatGPT, hi, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to do this, I want to do that. There is a way to prompt engineer an AI tool that it gives you exactly what you want without any hallucination. All right. It gives you exactly what you want. But beginner prompt engineers will just give it any prompt. It will work. But there are going to be certain errors here and there. All right. And prompt engineering is a skill you want to devote yourself to learn in 2025. And some of the things we'll be doing here, they are just like a tip of the iceberg. All right. I heard Treasure mention how Tenalytics is a master of, training people in data and AI skills. So anything we learn from here, know that is just a tip of an iceberg. So you want to, develop yourself further, become a master prompt engineer. That way, you know what? I don't even want to. I don't want to reveal my own secret here, but let me do that. I like to tell people that I am the laziest human being in the world. All right, and this is just for real. I'm not. I'm not lying. I'm not even. In fact, my students will tell you, "Oh, Ayobami likes to say it. I am the laziest human being in the world." But guess what? Maybe not in the world, but I am one of the most efficient people that I know. That's because I would rather give my time to what will help me and not what will stress me. All right. So instead of me to go and learn how to code efficiently, that would stress me. I would rather go and master how to become a pro prompt engineer because I know that will be less stressful, one, but it will help me, you know, it will give me an edge over even those masters coders. Those master coders, they can code at a very high level. They are great guys, but I know my advantage. I know that if I'm able to master prompt engineering to a point, I will be operating, if not at a higher level, but maybe at the same level with those guys. But I will be doing less work. All right. So I'm saying all of that to tell you that one of the best things you can do to yourself is to learn how to prompt engineer. So, guys, that being said, now I'm within AI Google Studio. So, the first thing I want to do is I want to instruct. So, Google AI Studio is like your assistant, is like your boy that you send on an errand. Remember, it was my boss that gave me this project. Guys, do you still remember? If you still remember, give me a thumbs up. You remember it was my boss that gave me this assignment. Fantastic. But at this point, I am the boss. At this point, I am the boss. So I'm no longer the employee that the boss is pushing around. Now I'm the boss pushing someone else or something else around, which is Google AI Studio. So now, the same way my boss instructed me to do something, I am going to instruct AI Studio to do something. But for me to achieve exactly what I want, I need to instruct AI Studio exactly the way it will understand it and achieve it seamlessly. And you do that through prompting. And I have created some of the prompts I would be using. All right. Because when I write prompts, they are usually episodes. All right. And we cannot be building that here. I might share the prompts with you guys. In fact, I will share the prompts with you guys. So fill out the recording. Did I say recording? Fill out the attendance and the Tenalytics team. I will share with the Tenalytics team, and the Tenalytics team will share it with you. Is that fine, guys? So now you have more reasons to fill out the attendance form. So I'm going to copy my first prompt. All right. I'm going to copy my first prompt. We might read it together. I'm not sure, but we'll see. All right, we'll see. Okay, great. So my first prompt from here to here. I'm going to copy this prompt. Maybe we'll take a few seconds to read it together. All right, so I'm telling Google AI Studio, I want to build a dashboard in Google Sheets and Apps script. I have created a Google Sheet spreadsheet named Shop Better, and my app script is tied to this spreadsheet. All right. Inside the Shop Better spreadsheet, I have the Google Sheet named Sales Data. All of these things that I'm doing, what I'm doing is I am literally giving AI the context of the problem I'm trying to solve. A lot of people just dump instructions on AI without giving it context. You see, it is this context that would let it understand exactly what it wants to do and how to do it. All right. So when I give you this script, you take your time, you go through it, and then you would understand how to prompt engineer AI better. So I have told it what I want. I've given it a description of my columns, my data. I then said that I will share a sample data from my spreadsheet. Now, why am I sharing a sample data? It's just so it understands the structure of my data and knows how to work with that kind of data. All right. So I'm going to copy a portion of my data. In fact, that is not even correct. Now, before I go to, guys, let's track back a bit. Before I go to AI, let me set up my data. All right. Let me set up my data by going to Google Sheets. So I'm going to open up a new browser. Hope I've not lost you, please. Hope I've not lost you. Give me a thumbs up if you're still following. Give me a thumbs up if you're still following. Awesome. Please, I don't want to lose you because that would be an absolute waste of your time. All right. So open a new browser. I want to set up my data. All right. By opening up Google Sheets. And a shortcut that I use is I type sheets.new, sheets.new, sheets.new. That opens up a new Google Sheets for you without having to go through Google Sheets. So I'm going to open up a blank sheet in a second. Give me 1 second. I don't know why. It looks like my system is decharging as against charging because it's plugged in and the battery is reducing. That's awkward. But anyways, Now that I have a new sheet, um, let it open up. Let it open up. Just 1 second. Great. Now I have a new sheet. Okay, still opening. Please just be patient with me. My network is amazing tonight. Just be patient with me. Still loading. What I want to do is I want to upload my data to Google Sheets. So I'm going to come on here. I'll say file. And then what I want to do is to import. All right. So import. So I want to import my data set. The data set that my boss gave me, I want to import it, upload it to Google Sheets. All right. I actually thought this would take a shorter time, but apparently it's taking longer. So let's just wait for Google Sheets to do all its loading and loading. Please, guys, apologies for the delay. Apologies for the delay. Let me just click got it. Great. So it's bringing up a window that I would upload from. 1 second, guys. Don't worry, by the time we bypass all of this process, your mind will be blown. I promise you, your mind will be blown. All right, so where will I find this file that I want to upload, that I want to import? I'm going to upload it, all right, because it's on my computer. So I'm going to click browse. Ruth, do you want to type what that thumbs down is for? So I'm going to locate the file that I want to upload. It's this file, shop better data. So I'm going to click on it and click open. Did we get that? Give me a thumbs up if you got what I just did. Give me a thumbs up if you got what I just did. Fantastic. Awesome. So now it's asking me, do I want to replace spreadsheets, or I want to insert it or create a new spreadsheet? You know what? I'm just going to click replace spreadsheet and click import data. I'm going to click import data. So what will happen is my data will be imported into Google Sheets. And don't forget, when I was prompting AI, I told AI something. You are inserting. Okay, so you can catch up on the recording. I promise you, you can pause me, you can rewind me at that point. If you remember, guys, let's not forget, when I was prompting AI, I told AI that I have created a Google Sheets, a Google spreadsheet named what? Named Shop Better. So that means I must name my spreadsheet Shop Better. If not, it's going to be, wrong information. I told AI that my spreadsheet is named Shop Better, and I'm now naming it Untitled Spreadsheet. That does not make sense, right? So I'm going to call this Shop Better. Shop Better. Great. Shop Better. Now, and this is called Sales Data. Great. So now I have my data. Guys, if you have followed me up until this point, you have your data. Give me a thumbs up. You have your data. Give me a thumbs up. Fantastic. Great, great, great. I love that. You guys are very attentive. I would like to have you guys as my students. All right, great. So now that I have my data, now let me go back to my prompt. I can then say, remember what I was trying to do is I said that I will share a sample data from my sheet. Now, this is where I want to talk about AI Ethics 101. If and why I want to talk about this is when you are using AI, you also need to use AI ethically. All right, you need to use AI the right way. Otherwise, you're going to be a bad user of AI. So if this is actually your real world true business data, you don't want to copy and go and paste that data into AI. That if your business find out, if your employers find out, you can be sacked. In fact, beyond getting sacked, you can eat 2 portions of rice in Kirikiri. All right, you can eat 2 portions of rice in Kirikiri. So using AI, you need to use AI. Guys, can you still hear me? I think I'm getting some feedback. Please give me a thumbs up if you can still hear me. Okay, great. Thank you. So What then do? You want to anonymize this data. All right. This place where it says if you have a customer name, if you have, personal information, you don't want to just copy that into AI directly. No, you want to code it. All right. You want to code it, hide those information somehow. But this data, don't worry, is not an actual data set from any real business. So I can just copy a snippet from row 1 to 11. I'll just copy that, press Ctrl C, and I'm just going to come here and paste that here just so that the AI can understand my data. Now, I have given it a prompt, I've given it the context, I will hit run. So what I want it to do for me in this first prompt is for it to understand the data by itself. Because usually what you would do is you would have to be the one to go through this data. You would have to understand it. You have to know how you would like to create the dashboard. You'd have to do a lot of stuff by yourself. But again, what am I? I am a lazy person. And remember, I have lied to my boss that I know how to do it. But in fact, I don't know how to do it. So I'm going to let AI do the thinking for me. So I've added some of the data so that I can understand the data. It can then begin to analyze and come up with dashboard ideas. So I'm going to hit run. I'll click run. And guys, at this point, just go grab a cup of coffee, or you can even go and take a little nap. All right. The AI model is working behind the scene. So you're going to give it some time, let it generate our visualization guide, and it's going to think. You can see it's thinking right now. What you're supposed to be doing, AI is doing it for you. And AI thought for about a few seconds, 25 seconds, and it has generated the ideas for you. Now it's telling you, of course, based on the structure, let me do, let me do Google Drive. You know what? I'm not going to do Google Drive. Now, let's go back to our report. It's saying, based on the structure of your sales data sheet, here's a detailed suggestion for a powerful and insightful dashboard design that you can build in Google Sheets and bring it to life using Google Apps script. So that's giving you some suggestions. So number one, you have some KPIs on the top cards. And then for your KPIs, you can visualize these metrics, all of these metrics. And then for your chart visualizations, this is what AI is suggesting. All right, so you can take your time to read through. Now, what this has done for you is, remember your head was blank before, but now your head is no longer blank. You now have an idea of how you would like to create this dashboard because AI has ideated for you. Now, this is where people actually stop. All right. AI has given you the idea, and then they will then go ahead to execute the idea. This is where most people use AI. This is how most people use AI to build dashboard. But remember, I am extremely lazy. I am not going to stop here. All right. I'm not going to go ahead and execute this idea. I'm going to allow AI to build it for me. So based on this idea that AI has suggested, I then have another prompt that I created to generate the script to build the dashboard. I'm now saying, now that you have given me an idea, let us now move to the actual dashboard development. And here are the instructions to design the dashboard. I then gave a set of instructions, these long instructions. So I'm going to copy from here. Don't worry, I'll share the prompts with you guys. I'm going to copy. You see how long my prompts are. Can you see how long my prompts are? That is powerful prompt engineering. I said my system is decharging. I don't know. Let me try to fix something. I don't know what's going on, but I feel like my system is charging backwards. All right, great. So hopefully now it's fixed. So now that I've copied those long code, I'm then those long scripts, I'm then going to paste here in the prompt box, paste. And guys, let me just briefly tell you what this script is doing. AI gave me some suggestions. All right. Now, based on those suggestions, I was able to ideate some instructions. All right. I was able to get some how to give it instructions to create it itself. All right. So what I'm telling AI to do is to give me the scripts, the code that once I paste it into a tool, automatically the dashboard will be created using the data that I've supplied. Do we understand? Guys, if you understand, give me a thumbs up. If you understand, give me a thumbs up. Fantastic. All right, great. So what I'm now going to do, now that I've pasted this here, I'm going to hit run. I don't like what's going on with my charger. Guys, apologies. I think something is wrong with my charger. Let me just fix that because I wouldn't want any disruptions. Apologies. I don't know if it's the power that is supplied tonight. All right, great. So I'm going to eat what? I'm going to eat run. And again, at this point, you can go sip a cup of coffee, can take a nap. There's a favorite creator I follow on Instagram, is an AI creator. When he uses AI to generate code like this, and when AI is thinking, he just goes to bed. And I like to do that also. He just goes to bed, or he uses there's this thing that it does. It just dances around, let AI do the work, and by the time AI is done, it's then going to come back to the system. So you can do that now, because right now there's literally nothing for us to do. AI is doing the work for us. So let's give AI some time. Let's give AI some time. If you look at this place, you'll see that it is currently running. It is currently running because I gave it a long instruction. All right. I gave it a long instruction. Fantastic. AI is done. Now you can see it's generating code. It's generating code for us. It's generating code. Generating code. Great. So let me just scroll to the end and see if it has generated the code. Great. So it has generated the first code. Now, guys, the first code generated is the back-end code. It's a JavaScript code with the GS extension. Now, if you go through the response AI gave you, not only did AI generate the code, it also gave you guides on how to use the code. Now it's saying, as a full stack developer, I have analyzed your detailed requirements. Here is the complete and fully working Google Apps script code to generate your interactive sales dashboard. Please follow these 2 steps carefully to deploy the dashboard, and it gave you the steps. What is the first step? In your app scripts project, blah, 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 blah. Don't worry, I would explain this step for you. So the first thing is go to your Google Sheet, go back to your data. Now, this is where the fun part begin. Go back to your data, right? Then go to extensions because we want to use a tool called App Scripts. Are we together? Guys, are we together? If we are together, please give me a thumbs up. If we are together, give me a thumbs up. Great. So if you go to extensions, click on App Scripts. Click on App Scripts. Once you click on App Scripts, a development environment is going to open up where you are going to create your development logic. So allow for the app script solution to open up. All right. And don't fret, in case you miss out on anything, there is a recording for you to go back to. All right. So don't forget to fill out this form that is being shared in the chat. All right, so allow for app script to open up. All right, how many of you have seen or used app scripts before? I know a lot of you have used Google Sheets, but within Google Sheets, have you used app scripts before? So a lot of you are coming across app scripts for the first time, and I think that's a good thing, right? That's a good thing. Great. So you are learning. You are learning for free. You are learning for free. Imagine what you are learning for free. All right. So let app scripts open up. Let app scripts open up. My network is amazing tonight, and I apologize for that, guys. I apologize. Great. Now we are within app scripts. We are within app scripts. You are not a developer, but you are going to develop. All right. Now, in within app scripts, you have a file created for you called code.js. That is where you are going to paste your first code. All right. So I'm going to delete everything that is inside this file before, and then I will go to my where is it? I will go to my Google AI Studio and copy the first one. You can note, you can see that the first one is what? The server side logic, which is your code.js, your code.js. So you copy that first one. You copy that first one by clicking on this copy icon here. Guys, can you see the copy icon? Can you see the copy icon? It says copy to clipboard. Give me a thumbs up if you can see the copy icon. All right, so click on that and then take it to your app scripts and then just paste. Right click and click paste. All right. And for the first time, you are going to need to allow um, app scripts to paste stuff. All right. So that's all you're going to do. You have pasted the backend server logic. Now you need the front end part. The backend is what we do all the calculations in the back end. But what will render all the calculations, sorry, I'm using render, what will show these calculations to your users, what will visualize and display this calculation, you need a front end logic, all right? And that will be done using an HTML file, all right? Using an HTML file. We are done with our backend logic. Now, to create our front end logic, under this, beside files, you will see this plus button. Click on that plus button and you will select HTML. Select HTML. If you got that, give me a thumbs up. Click on the plus, select HTML. If you got that, give me a thumbs up. Fantastic. And you want to rename that from untitled to index. Just name it index. It will create an index.html file for you. And I'm speeding up at this point because our time is fast spent. Again, I want to delete everything inside the index.html file, and I'm going to go back to my Google AI Studio and copy the HTML code, our code 2. So scroll down and you will see your HTML code. So copy that as well and take it back inside your AppScript application. Then also paste the HTML. Guys, that is all. Did you write any of this code? Or did you see me write any of this code, guys? Did you see me write any of this code? Give me a thumbs up if yes, thumbs down if no. Did you see me write any of this code? Somebody cannot see my screen. Please, if you can see my screen, please give me a thumbs up. If you can see my screen, please give me a thumbs up. Great. So AI literally wrote this code for you. Now we are done setting up our dashboard logic. All we need to do now is save our files. Save our files. And if you can see this save icon here, if you can see this save icon, click on it and it will save it. But before we go, let's click this untitled project to rename our project. I'm going to call it Shop Better Dashboard. Shop Better Dashboard. Shop Better Dashboard. I'm going to rename. And guys, this is where the magic happens. Now that I'm done building my code base, I can now deploy my application. All right, I can now deploy. So to deploy, I will click on this drop down arrow and click on new deployment. and click on new deployment and click on new deployment. And you need to select your deployment type. If you can see this page, this new deployment page, give me a thumbs up. You can see this page that asks you to select a deployment type. Great. I will click on these settings and select web app. Why? Because I want to render this solution on the internet so that any of my users can just come to a web browser and see my report, and it is live, automated. It refreshes whenever there's new data. I'm going to click on web app and just give it a brief description. This is a what do we describe this as? This is a test, or no, this is not a test, actually. It's a live dashboard. This is a dashboard that tracks sales performance, blah blah blah. Anything you want to give here, your discretion. All right, and then the field setup you need to do now is select who executes this. I am the one, I created this, so I am going to execute this. Who has access? You can then change these settings if you like, but right now I'm the only one that has access to this. But if I want to change that, I can click here and say anyone with a Google account. All right, so I can share it with you literally, and once you have a Google account, you can access my dashboard, and all I need to do now is click deploy and watch the magic happen. Now, for the first time, it's going to ask you to authorize your Google Sheet so that it can connect to your Google Sheet data and feed from that data. I'm going to authorize access and just grant it access to read data from my Google Sheets. That is what that access is for. If not, it's not going to be able to read data. I'm going to give it access to read data from my Google Sheets. Google hasn't verified this app yet. I'm going to go to advanced and continue. I'm going to go, I will continue. Don't mind Google. I will continue. You don't need to verify anything. All right. I will continue. So it's currently giving access. Are we not talking about AI automation? This exactly is AI automation, and you'll see it now. You'll see it now. Just give me a second. You will see it now. Now your web app is ready. Your dashboard is ready, and it has given you a URL. All right. So if I click on this URL, let's see what is going to happen. If I click on this URL, let's see what is going to happen. Let's see what is going to happen. Let's see what is going to happen. All right, so my screen is too big. Let me reduce my screen size. Give me a second. I think my screen size. How do I zoom in, zoom out? Oof, you know what? Give me a second, guys. Give me a second. I think I'm zooming on individual. You know what? Let me go back. Let me refresh. Just give me a second, guys, so that it renders this correctly. Let me refresh so that it renders this correctly. All right. I think my instructions were not clear on the UI front, but let's see. Give me 1 second. Let me see what I can do to change these settings. It's not supposed to behave like this, but just give me 1 second. I think my screen size. Give me 1 second, guys. 1 second. Let me reset. All right. Anyway, so you know what? I have messed up on the front end side, but it's something that we can correct. All right. It's just me. It's just something that requires me telling AI, oh, this is how the size is, redo it. But now, let's look at what we have. Now, look at this dashboard, even though it's not looking great. All right, it's not looking. Let me show you one that I created earlier. I think the instructions I gave it wasn't really clear on the AI front, on the front end side. So let me see if I can still did I save it? I'm not sure I save it. I'm not sure. I didn't save the other one. But anyways, now let's just look at what we have. So as it stands now, you created this, but you didn't create it, if you know what I mean. Now you have your dashboard. Now you have your can replicate. Give me a second. Can replicate. Can replicate do a dashboard as this? Absolutely. All right. Absolutely. Now you have a dashboard. At least your KPI cards are correct. I would need to fix this. All right. It's not a problem. All you need to do is give it another instruction to, to fix the issue. All I need to do is go back to my AI, generate a new code that fixes the issue. It's not a problem. But look at what we have. We have our KPIs. At least they are showing correctly. All right. They are showing correctly. But this is where you now need to start asking yourself, before I share this with my boss, how am I sure that this data that I'm seeing here, they are correct? So this brings me to, after you have used an AI solution, you need to do what is called QA, quality assurance. Quality assurance. You don't just go ahead because you have seen a result, you are happy. Oh, wow, fantastic. I've used AI. You need to confirm. All right. So one of the ways, let me also show you very briefly within the next 2 to 5 minutes, how I ensure that my results are correct. So I do what is called Q&A. So for instance, AI is telling me that my total sales is 520,378. Where is it getting my total sales from? From my data, right? So let me go back to my data. This is my sales. If I select everything, in my sales and I want to add it up, I will quickly check from here. What's the sum, guys? What can you see in the sum? But it's too tiny. I'm not sure you can see anything. Guys, can you see anything in the sum? Can you see anything? But I think it's too tiny, so you might not be able to see anything. Great. Glory Samuel, what can you see? What can you see in the charts, in the sum? 520,377.83. So let's go back to the dashboard. 520,378. So is it correct? Give me a thumbs up if it is correct. Give me a thumbs up if it is correct. Fantastic. So AI has been able to build this dashboard and it is absolutely correct. So there are no errors. Let's also confirm. All right. Let's also confirm our total cost. So I'm going to come here, go to my total cost, go to my cost, select everything, and also quick view here 325,090. Let's go to my dashboard. 325,090. Is it correct? Obviously, it is correct. So that's how you do Q&A, because you don't want to get a result from AI and just excitedly go and share it with your boss because AI gave you a result. You also need to fact check AI. Now, one last thing. AI is telling us that our top sales location is Kaduna. We also need to confirm that claim. Let's confirm this and we are done with this. All right, let's confirm this and we are done with this. And how do I confirm? First of all, let me duplicate these sheets. If I want to fact check or do QA on my analysis results, I would first of all duplicate my sheet. And from here, I'm going to insert what's called a pivot table. I'm going to be very fast with this. I just want to fact check. We are not building again. So I'm going to create a new pivot table in a new sheet. I want to check which location is my top selling location. And to do that, I will drag location to the rows. All right. Not products. I would location, not products. I'll remove products. Then I want to know the location with the highest sales. So For values, I'm going to add sales to the value shelf. Great. So I have all my locations. So what I'm just doing here is to get all my sales for each location, sales for each location. But I'm going to sort this. I'm going to sort this, all right? I'm going to sort this in descending order of sales to see which location actually has the highest sales. Guys, which location has the highest sales here from our pivot table? Which location has the highest sales? Put it in the chart. Put it in the chart. Put it in the chart. Which location has the highest sale? Which location has the highest sale? Let me see it in the chart. Kaduna. So same thing as your AI outputted. So what this means basically is that your result is correct. And this dashboard is very correct. Now, what this means is whenever new data, and this is where the automation part comes. Whenever this sheet has new data, whenever this sheet has new data, you don't need to build a new dashboard. All you need to do is come here and refresh this dashboard, and your dashboard will update to show the new data. You didn't build anything. You didn't build anything at all. AI did everything for you and also automated it. So you can send this report to your boss, and maybe every Friday you update your data set, and your boss will view it on Monday. So every Monday morning, all your boss needs to do is click on this tiny refresh button, and your boss is fed with a new report every Monday without your input, without you writing a single line of code, without you building a single dashboard. And this is what you can do with AI. Even without knowing how to analyze data, you have been able to achieve this. So this is the current reality that we have in this day and age of AI. All right. So guys, what I'm going to do, all right, is to share the script. I'm going to update the script anyways, because I think my logic with the front end has some issues. I'll share the script with the Tenalytics team, and then the Tenalytics team will share the script with you guys. Thank you very much for having me. And if you have some questions, I'll still be in the background, checking the chat and answering your questions in the chat. So I will hand over back to Treasure now.
All right, thank you so much, Ayobami. Even without me even asking, you could see the reaction in the room. I'm pretty sure that everyone got someone valuable or got something valuable, rather, out of this session. It was a super amazing one. I myself learned quite a thing or two about how to make use of Google Apps Script, and I'm a project manager, and this is even beneficial for me too. So thank you so much for sharing this information. I think it's very, very well received. So now, people of God, let's give a warm resounding applause, your favorite reaction. Let's get it for your facilitator. For those who can't fill the attendance, please just drop your email address, and we'll send you the attendance by email so you can fill it through that. So please just drop it. We have a team that is taking notes. Ayobami, if you could please stop sharing so I can go ahead to share my screen. And also, let them know some of the sweet benefits of AI automation and how you can also become an AI automation specialist. So thank you so much for the amazing session. Let's move ahead to the next aspect of the session. Okay, so one thing that Ayobami was focused on was the automation. Okay, so how can you create a dashboard, especially as a DA, without doing one single line of code? Okay, and then you've been spending over 10 15 5 hours working, cleaning data, analyzing it, doing pivot table before you get to that point. But right now you can do that in less than 10 to 15 minutes if you know how to work really well with the tools. And you're not a coder, you're not a software developer, you don't have anything to do with front end and back end, but all you need to do is to be able to understand the different tools and how to connect it. And once you do that, you should also be able to you should also be pretty good at prompt engineering. So there's a difference with can you draw me a cat? And can you draw me a black cat with dark pupils, with gray fur? If you are not specific enough on the action item you want the AI tool to make use of, you're basically not going to get the desired results that you want. And that is something that you need to learn. Whether you are a data professional, finance professional, prompt engineering is very, very important because we use it for our day-to-day activities. If your boss sends you an email and you want to reply, oh, ChatGPT, please reply for me, there is no context to it. Okay, if you don't give it context, it's not going to learn how best to respond to your prompting. So it's very important that we have that on here. So now the next aspect of the session is, oh, Treasure, we've learned AI automation. What next? What do I need to do next? Okay, so now brings me to the important aspect of the session. As a chef, can you use AI in the desk? Absolutely. As a chef, you want to be able to analyze, oh, what type of food or cuisines do people currently in Nigeria and across the world are they more excited about? What's a really great location? How will people receive your idea of the innovations that you're creating? What materials are you going to be using in terms of costing? How much are you going to spend? And at the very end of the day, what's going to be your sales? In terms of your staff strength, who do you need to hire? What other side attractions can you get that will make your restaurant different from others? Okay, so these are data that you need to analyze as a chef before you even think about the food that you're creating. So I'm telling you that AI can do wonders for you. If you have this insight, it can help you grow your business. Okay, so now back to my question. For people that are looking to, everybody that's actually as an agripreneur, as a business analyst, it doesn't matter what industry you are in. AI is penetrating each and every industry, and that's why you need to get on board. So I'm going to go to the next aspect. For individuals that are looking to get roles as AI automation specialist, workflow specialist, AI data analyst, AI project manager, business analyst, what would you say are the two important things that employers look for when they are trying to hire you? Okay, I would like to get some response now. When it comes to hiring, what would you say are two important things that employers look for from you? Let's get the answers in the chat. I really want to see what people's idea about employers are. Let's go, let's go, let's go. What are two important things that you think that employers really seek to know from you when you apply for a role? Let's have it, let's have it, let's have it. Are you guys still here? Are you guys still in the session? I'm not feeling any energy right now. And right now, we're about to talk about money, how to make money, and how to optimize your skill. So please just put in the chat, what are the two important things that you think employers look forward? Sam said AI skills. Okay, let's have more responses. Let's have more responses. The room is getting quite cold, quite cold, quite cold. All right. Boluwatife said smartness and competencies. Okay, let's get more response. We're over 85 on this call. And if you're here, you pretty much need to participate. Okay, competency, go get the desired results, ability to make use of AI. Okay, let's get more responses. 84 people, please, let's go. Knowledge and efficiency, competence, problem solving, automation skills. Okay. All right, thank you so much for participating. Okay, but I think you guys have really solid ideas when it comes to what employers look for. And my response, is also part of all the information that you've seen so far. So when it comes to the two main things that employers look for, you're talking about your skills, okay, whether it's problem solving skills, whether it's your ability to think, whether it's your ability to solve problems, whether it's your ability to make use of automation, you need to have the skill set. And another thing that also very important, and that's also very important for this individual, is your experience. Okay, so you need to have skills and you also need to have experience. Okay, without these two main aspects, you do not have a great chance of getting a role. And now a lot of people are mentioning AI automation. Treasure, where am I going to start from? What is the next thing for me to do to be able to get skill sets? The good thing about AI is that it is such a recent role that you don't have like a high level expert person. You don't have someone with over 20 years of experience. because artificial intelligence literally just started. And you know, when it comes to real estate, they tell you, oh, go get a land where people haven't touched but has a lot of potential. And once you have that, you maximize your skill with it, then you become an expert level individual in that space. Okay, that applies to AI as well. Okay, so for AI automation, AI project management, AI data analysis, because today we talked about data. If you really want to be good in any of these aspects, you need to get the skill set. And after you get the skill set, your practicals is what helps build your portfolio. Okay, so now that we know this all together, there are three major things that would help you land a role as an AI professional. Okay, when it comes to AI, there are different aspects to it. There is the AI automation specialist aspect, there is niche aspect like AI project management, AI data analyst, AI business analyst, AI HR analyst. They just add AI to the back of everything and it becomes a whole new profession. If you check multiple skill sets that most job roles are seeking for right now, you need to have a level of AI in it. Even if you're applying for scholarships abroad, you'd also see them ask, oh, did you make use of ChatGPT or any AI tool to respond to this question? Because they know how much the world has evolved. So if you are not part of the bandwagon learning AI, I'm so sorry, AI would swallow your job whole. So it's very important that you learn the skill set, whether to upskill, whether you're looking to transfer into another industry, whether you're looking to get more money, get a side gig. This is where it comes in handy. Okay. So the in-demand skills that we have currently, we have data, you have AI, you have prompting, social influence, just go through what you see on my screen. For data, you can't run away from data. Even if you are a cleaner, you can't run away from data. What you need to buy is how many soap do you need to clean the apartment for the next month. When it comes to brushes, and when it comes to supplies in general. Okay, so there are different things that would always account for as data. Then the next important thing is artificial intelligence. Literally, we are speaking on this conversation because every role, every aspect of life at this point currently revolves around AI. Okay, and then it comes to prompting. When you talk about prompting, a lot of people do not have extended knowledge on how to effectively prompt AI tools. Like, you know how to make use of ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, but can you actively prompt to get a clear looking dashboard for a role or for your employer, so to say, or your manager? Okay, that is where prompting comes in. If you don't prompt properly, you will spend 1 million years with ChatGPT and it won't give you the results that you're looking for. So it's very important that you know how to prompt as well. And then for the other rules like social influence, content creation, it just really came about. So these are some of the in-demand skills that you can learn. And once you've learned all these skills, the next thing is for you to package. A lot of you are looking for roles as AI automation specialist or AI data analyst. But if I go to your LinkedIn, if I ask people to drop your LinkedIn right now, some people have never posted for the past whole year, not a single post, even to repost or comment, not one. Drop your LinkedIn and let's check it out. If you've done anything on LinkedIn or sort of positioned yourself to get a position yourself to get a job, you see that not a lot of people are doing that right now, and it's so important. Okay, it's the only way to position yourself as a thought leader in a space is to actively talk about it, practicalize it, build in public, show people what you can do. Okay, so when you're able to get the skills for AI automation, you should also be able to create different projects, work on your portfolio, and put it out there. For the love of God, like, it's so important to literally have the information out there. If you check me out, you see that project management is something that I talk about really, really often. And now that there's AI, there's a lot for me to do with Miro, to do with Jira. That is not the basic that I typically do before. It takes it to the whole new level. I can work with N8N. I literally created an entire workflow on how to apply jobs. Okay, to apply for jobs, automated. I don't even need to go ahead to check, oh, LinkedIn, how many jobs is a good fit for me as a project manager. All I need to do is just do that with AI. Okay, if you see, there are other testimonials that we have of individuals that are able to also grade results. Okay, you have 100 scripts and you're able to grade it using AI. So it just makes my life easy. So why stress? I just need to learn the basics. Once I have the basics and I can apply with it, so then that's the flow you need to work with. So this is what you need to do. after you've revamped your CV, you've optimized your LinkedIn, you've built your portfolio with all the projects you've worked on. Now you need mentorship, you need guidance. People that have gone ahead to do it before, you need to work with them to achieve this. And you also now start need to apply. Not applying 1 million to 1 million jobs with one CV and expect miracle to fall from heaven. You literally need to tailor each resume to the jobs you're applying for, because now you're even using AI for the ATS system to ensure that the right keywords are stated there. So it's, you need to use the, what will I explain now, use the armor that they are using against you to fight against them, or else you're just going to be out of the game. So literally, this is something that can help you land roles pretty quickly. And this is something that's helped me get roles across the globe. I'm not even talking about just Nigeria. If you're able to follow this end to end, it just improves your chances for getting this role. So now that we've talked about like the job, so these are some of the individuals that were able to land roles across the world because they had portfolios. It's not one thing to say I'm an AI project manager, but can you walk the talk? Okay, if I ask you to do a presentation using N8N or using Flowise, can you do it as an AI project manager? So this is a very important aspect for you to learn end to end to build your portfolio. Now, Treasure, how can I start? So we have an upcoming cohort that is focused generally on AI, regardless of your niche. If you are an agri-tech, if you are a chef, if you are a finance person, and you want to learn how to automate your workflow, or even if you are a CEO, HR, because I was looking through the attendance, there are quite a mix of people in here, and you want to do this for your organization, you want to move from manual to automated, like you've been saying that, oh, we don't want to have human error, we are having a lot of missing data, how can we improve on this? Then this is for you. We have a course that is starting by the 8th of November, focusing on 5 different courses that you can get to choose from. If you want to take one course, that's fine. If you want to take multiple, that's also fine. There is a course for you to basically work through. So talking about the specific courses now, for the AI automation engineer course, if you want to learn how to build LLM apps as well as AI agents, understanding the foundation of AI automation, as well as also understanding prompt engineering, how to create LLM powered apps, and working with all those different tools to automate your workflow, then this is for you. Okay, so you'll be having a class that will be running for the next 8 weeks where we'll be teaching you end to end how to use those tools. Like, you're going to be creating an entire multi AI agent, multi AI system, making use of N8N, Zapier, Gemini, Google Apps scripts that your facilitators taught you, Claude, Twilio. There's quite a lot to learn. And after each of this session, you're going to be practicalizing the information you learned. It's one thing to learn, is another thing to effectively practicalize what you've been taught, because that's the only way your skill will be relevant. That's the only way your skill would stick. If you don't practicalize, it's as good as forgotten. So we have a class that's coming up that is specifically for AI automation engineer, and this is all that you'll be learning during that period. Moving to the next one, we have generative AI for data analysts. So for people on the call, this is also very important for you as well. You're going to be learning foundation of AI for data analysts. This is for the entire data ecosystem. Whether you're a data scientist, data engineer, or a data analyst, this works for you. So if you've been learning tools with Excel, Power BI, SQL, and Tableau, if you're using the Windows aspect, but if you're also doing for Google, so like you mentioned, Google Sheets, that's the opposite of Excel, Looker Studio, BigQuery, Tableau, all that. And now you want to learn how to automate the flow end to end. We'll be focusing on the different aspects and then the AI tool involved in it. So talking about Microsoft Copilot, talking about Breaks, talking about Zebra AI, N8N, SQL, you're going to be learning this end to end, how to automate your already established data analytics aspect. Or if you've not learned anything in data analytics before, then you'll be getting to learn it end to end for this particular program. So these are the different aspects that you have for generative AI for data analysts. And the classes are also going to be on the weekend. So Saturdays and Sundays, that's when you'll be having classes. We understand that you're working professionals, you go to work Mondays to Fridays. So Saturdays and Sundays, these are when the classes will be holding. And to my amazing HR professionals, if you want to do this for your staff, you can make use of it. If you also want to take a course for yourself, there is the automation aspects for HR analytics. So talking about the workflow, okay, talking about performance of your staff, talking about attrition rate. You want to learn how to automate this end to end and monetize each of these skills. Then there are a lot of tools that would also be covered in this aspect. Now, we also have the final tool, which is for the business analyst as well as the project managers. Okay, so if you also want to learn as an AI project manager, then you also have a program for you as well, where you basically would be making use of tools like I earlier mentioned in terms of Jira, Trello, Miro. There are so many of them that you'll be learning in that particular course. So let's just stay tuned so that you can learn this and you can get a lot of benefits as soon as you can. Because like I mentioned earlier, AI is no longer future. AI is right now. It's literally going to be staring you in the face for you to be able to achieve this end to end. So like I mentioned, the classes are going to be from November 8th to December 6th. And these programs are going to run concurrently. So even if you want to take one or the other, you also have the ability to do so. So it's going to ensure that you are able to cover this as at when due. Okay. So we have these different programs just for the different aspects. Whether you are in AI automation and you want to learn, there's something for you. Whether you are in project management or you want to get started in project management, there's also something for you. Whether you're AI, whether you're a business analyst as well, there's something for you. Now, for the important aspects, treasurer, well, how much am I going to pay for the course? So the entire amount for the course for either 5 of the courses is 200,000 naira. But at the moment, because you are on this call, we're giving out a discount for the first 20 people. So you can go ahead to make payments for 150,000 naira for AI automation, 100,000 naira for generative AI for data analysts, 100,000 naira for HR, 100,000 for business analysts, and 100,000 naira for project managers. Okay, you can either make the full discounted amount on the call as we are speaking, or to lock in your discounts. Oh, treasurer, I don't have enough money, I'm waiting for my salary. So make a commitment so you get to benefit from the discounted amount. Right now you can lock your discount with 70,000 naira for AI automation. You can lock in with 40,000 naira for AI for DA, 40,000 naira for the remaining 4 courses, and you have access to the LMS, so you can start watching your video. And then you also have access to the other pre-boarding. You also have access to the other pre-boarding information, so you can get started before November 8th. At this point, I'm going to ask if there are any questions so that I can take your questions before we move over to the final aspects, because I know quite a lot of people would have questions on this end. So please just go ahead. I can see hands raised. If you want to speak, you can raise your hand. You can also drop your comments in the chat and we'll respond to them as soon as possible. If you have any questions, please go ahead to raise your hand. This is a free period to respond to questions. So go ahead to raise your hand if you have any questions. I can see 2 people, but I feel like we are 66 over this call. There are quite a number of questions that should arise at this point. So either raise your hand or drop your comments in the chat if you don't want to speak. I'll go to the chat and pick your question. So I'm just going to go to the 2 people whose hands are raised so that we can kickstart with the question and answer session. It could also be in regards to the class that Ayobami took. Hamza, you've been crying since. Why are you crying? Please drop it in the comments. Let me know what the issue is and how we can assist you. Okay, so we have Sanusi. Sanusi, I'm going to make you a co-host. Sanusi, you should be able to unmute your mic now to ask your question. Is there no AI automation for financial analytics? So if you're talking about AI automation for financial analytics, you're going to need to learn the AI automation engineering end to end, or you're going to be taking generative AI for DA. So basically, financial analytics has to do with financial data. Okay. Please, Boluwatife, I don't know why you're crying. Please, if you're crying, if there's something we can assist you with, drop it in the comments. Let's have a conversation. Okay. So if you're talking about AI automation for financial analytics, you're gonna be dealing with financial data, having to do with financial forecasting and things in that direction, financial forecasting, financial modeling, and things in that light. Okay, so for generative AI for DA, we're going to be showing you how to make use of the different tools like I mentioned, N10, Zapier, Airtable, Flowise, Bricks AI, quite a number of them for you to be able to show and represent as well as predict in terms of the financial data that you're working with. So data analytics is the umbrella term. So they're going to be majorly focusing on different types of data. So there'll be financial data, there would be customer service data, but then to understand the basics, generative AI for data analysis is also a part that you can go with, and you're just going to basically be substituting for instead of making use of any type of data, you're going to be working with the financial data itself. Who asked that question now? That would be, let's see. Okay, I'm not sure, but I hope I responded to your question because I saw it while I was checking out the information. So if that answer, okay, Benita, did that answer your question? Benita, if you're good, give me a thumbs up. If not, you can move on with, okay, Benita. So Benita, does that mean we're going to be seeing you in the session for Gen AI for DA? Because I feel like that's a very strong pathway for you to also get started. Hi, Benita, are you there? Okay, so let's move over to Emmanuel. Please, how do I move from the AI results after the prompt to generating the code? All right, Ayobami, if you're there, please, can you respond to Emmanuel's question? There's a question for you. So Adekule is asking, if I cannot commit the first installment today, what would be the deadline to pay for it? So if you can't commit today, you literally need to make your payments on or before Monday to be able to get started. Adekule, I hope that clarifies. If you can't make your payment today, on or before Monday, you should be able to do that. Please, if you have more questions, just drop it in the chat. 54 of us here. For you to stay to this point, that means there's a level of interest. So if you need me to clarify on any of the information that I've mentioned, can you provide more clarity about the discounts? If I pay, let's see, with all that through. If I pay 40K now, what would be the balance and when? If you pay 40K now, the next time you're going to be paying the next 40K would be in at the end of November, because the course is going to run for 8 weeks. And then when you're going to be paying the final payment would be second week in December. So that's the flow. So if you're making 40K now, you're literally going to be starting the program now. There is no, oh, I need to pay the balance at the start of the program. So if you're paying 40K now, it's the end of November before you make the next payment, and the start of December when you're going to be balancing 20K. This is if you're going for any of the generative AI courses. Asoju, I hope that responds to your question. Hi, Asoju. I hope that clarifies. Okay. Please, if you have more questions, please, let's have them. Let's have them. If you want to speak, you can raise your hand. I would ask you to unmute. Sanusi, I've made you co-host, so you should be able to unmute your mic to ask your question. Sanusi, if you are there, you can go ahead to unmute your mic to ask your question. Hi, Sanusi, are you there? Okay. I'll make the first payments now. All right, please go ahead to make the payments. Then you fill in the details based off what my colleague is dropping. So after you make payments, please upload your receipt in the link. This where she says click here to upload your receipts. Please go ahead to upload your receipts there. Please let's have more questions. Like questions about the course, question about what was taught, question about the programs. Please let me know. And apart from this, if you're looking to also have customized training for your organization, you can let us know, because we've done quite a number of training for different organizations. Like I mentioned earlier, there's MTN, Kuda, InfaCredit, Arik Air, Right Food, Cowrie, just a number of them. And something to also note is that our programs are registered by the American Cancer Institute. So this is internationally recognized all over the world. So whether you are in Nigeria, Ghana, UK, US, you can use it anytime, any day, anywhere. So that is how you would work with it. Yeah, I just talked about the certification. And then, yes, there is a certification. Let me take this back. So this is the certificate. It is being accredited by the American. So after the training, yeah, this is the certification. If you want to check the accreditation, you can go ahead to our website and it will redirect you to the number for getting accredited for this particular one. So Emma, looking forward to having you in this session today. Sharon said, I won't be able to make the payments now. Can we get grace to tomorrow? And do you mean we'll start the class tomorrow? Okay, yes, absolutely. If people do not take over the slots before tomorrow, definitely. But yeah, the class is not starting tomorrow. Class is starting November 8th. That should be in about 2 weeks from now. So it gives you enough time to put yourself together. But I mean, in terms of you're making sure your schedule is open to learn. Okay, I should kindly display the account. Okay, let's go back. So classes is going to start November 8th. So let me zoom in so that you can see it clearly. This zooming in. Yeah, so class is going to start November 8th and it's going to be Saturdays and Sundays. I hope that clarifies. Please, let's have more questions. Please, let's have more questions. When are we going to get the recording? So right after we're done with the session, Google has to populate. So you should be getting it by tomorrow. Tomorrow you should have access to the recording to go over it, Emmanuel. Olalekan said, why is the discount on AI automation higher? That should be higher, not lower than others. So AI automation is a more technical because it's going to use a lot more tools for it. It is not focused on one particular niche. It is for whatever workflows that you want to make use of, whether you are in agri-tech, whether you are in finance, whether you are a chef, whether you are an operations person, you can be able to make use of the different workflow. And the good part for these 4 different skills is it's not only for you to get a job, you can use it to as a side hustle, okay? In terms of whatever workflow you get to create, you can sell it to companies as a product. You can also teach people on a specific tool about anything, Zapier, and you make money. You can freelance, have yourself up on Upwork or remote work with a full-on portfolio, and then at the very end of the day, you are being hired to get payment in dollars, in pounds, in euros, to do different things in regards to automation. This is a very fairly new role. There's high demand for it. So that's the basis of it. Okay, so what is the time, please, for classes, please? Because I do meetings on weekends and I can manage my schedule. All right, so classes on Saturdays are going to be Saturday would be 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Classes for 3 hours. And then on Sunday, it is going to be 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. Taking it again, Saturday, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. and Sunday, 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. The good part is if you miss any of the classes, just as I'm having a conversation and it's recorded, that class would also be recorded. And at the end of the day, you're going to have access to the recording. And if for whatever reason you don't get clarity from the recording and you need to access your facilitator, there will be a closed group where you can also have conversation with your facilitator, a one-on-one session, just to go over any information you're not clear on. So this just helps with the timing for the training session. Okay, so I hope that clarifies, Shaun. Please let me know if there are any other questions that you would like me to clarify on. Let's go. Shaun, I hope you are clear. Please give me a thumbs up if you are clear, or a thumbs down, or a yes in the chat so that I know. Abubakar is giving me a thumbs up. Shaun, are you clear? I need to know that you are good. Shaun, are you there? Okay, so let's move on to the next person. Michael said, how many weeks is the AI automation engineering session? So Michael, all the classes are going to run for 8 weeks. All the classes, whether it's AI automation, generative AI for HR, they are all going to be 8 weeks. Okay. And the reason for this is if you check my previous slide, the amount of tools that we're going to be working with ranges from between 7 to 10. And it's not something that you're going to take it up in 1 week. Okay, so we need to ensure that we're giving you full information on each of them. AI automation is not something you learn in 1 day and that's it, unless you're just going to scratch the surface. But we want to make sure that it is effective for you as a professional, for you to be able to make use of it end to end, make money from it, get the value for the money that you're training from it, and then be able to apply it on your day-to-day activities. Michael, I hope that clarifies. Michael, are you good? You can drop a yes in the chat. You can acknowledge. Just let me know. Let me know. Let me know. All right. So, Michael, I'm going to be ensuring that you join in our session starting November 8th. Okay. So, there are also other people on the call. I want to make sure that I get everybody's question because this session is going to end by 10 sharp. So, if you have any question, raise your hand if you want to speak, or you can drop it in the chat and I would attend to your question. Please ask your question now so that you get clarity right now. Shaun, I guess you already put in your question in the chat. You still want to speak because I see your hand raised. You can go ahead to unmute your mic to speak. Are there any further questions? Does any other okay. I don't know if Ayobami is still here, but I would relay this question. How do I move from the AI results after? I'm going to check if Ayobami is still here, but I highly doubt
Yes,
that.
I am.
Okay. Ayobami, there's a question for you in the chat. So if you could kindly attend to that. All right.
Oh, okay.
Are there any further questions? Does anyone else have any question before we call it a day? 49 of you are here. Obina, I'm going to call people now I'm seeing on my screen. Obina, Basi, Abubakar, Adewale, Amoke, Aseme, Peter, Ayodeji, Ayotunde. All people have not slept and left your laptops. Please. Michael is giving me a thumbs up. If you're here, please let's get your reaction. Ayodeji is clapping. My organization will need the training. Kindly let me, what's that? Kindly let me have the contact information for arrangement. All right, fantastic. If you want to reach out to anyone, you can contact us by reaching out to me. I'm the lead at Tenantix Business, so we can strike up a conversation. I'm sending my email as well as my phone number. If you want to call me and you want to get further clarity on any of the courses, you want a training for your staff, my number is there. If you want to send an email, it's on the screen. I've also sent it in the chat so we can have a conversation. So let's go. Are there any other questions? Any other question? Payments done. All right, let's go. Kadiri, please, let's have you fill in the form as well. So click the link here to upload. So once you make payments, just go ahead to click the link and upload your payments. And you should be fully registered for the program starting November 8th. So I can see payments coming in. You guys are fantastic humans. So if you need me to clarify on any information, please go ahead, raise your hand, let me know now. If you need clarity, if you also need to send me a message for us to have a conversation, who says hope that helps? Okay, Ayobami has responded. Who's next? When are you going to get the recording? Like I mentioned, right after the session, you get the recording. Michael, we have to wait for Google to populate. Once it populates, we upload on YouTube so that people have access to it, even after the session is done overall. So, are there any further questions? Speak now or forever remain silent. Let's go. If you have any question, please go ahead to raise your hand and speak. And like I earlier mentioned, if you want, okay, I'm really interested, but financially on, can I still pay before the date? Yes, you can make payment before the date, but it's discounts. That's why I'm saying lock in your discounts right now. If it's 40K you want to go ahead to pay, it's a good time to just lock it in now, and then you know that you're going to be focusing on the balance payment. And I already mentioned when it's going to be, when it's going to be due. So please, let's just have that. And for what's his name, sorry, I can't even pronounce that clearly. Asoju, please just make sure that you fill the form after you make payments so that we can send you the necessary information, because I'm yet to see your name on the sheet. So please go ahead to fill the form so we can have your details as well. Please, are there any other questions? We have 4 more minutes before we wrap up. If you have any questions, let me know. If there are any questions, please go ahead to let me know. Please, let's go. Are there any questions? Are there any questions? Raise your hand, type in the chat. If you want to send me a message, send me a message. Let's have a conversation. Okay. Peter said, thank you. I filled the form already. So Peter, the form I'm talking about is the payments form. So if you make payments, you would also go ahead to, you should also go ahead to fill the form. Okay. All right. Ayotunde said, can a backend developer rather learn AI automation engineer or data analyst? I would recommend you go for AI automation, because you are going to be dealing with different LLM tools. You're going to be learning how to create chat agent. You're going to be a superstar because you understand the code, and now you know how to make use of the different tools to achieve your goal faster. So it is better for you to go for AI automation or AI automation engineer, because it has to deal with workflow end to end, than data analyst, because data analyst is more niched for data professionals, and that's what you're going to be working with overall. Okay. Ayotunde, I hope that helps. I'm looking forward to all your registration. If you're asking me a question, I feel like you have a level of interest. So please just go ahead to lock in your discounts. Lock in your discounts right now with any of, you can make full payments, you can make payments in installments. If, oh, I don't have money, I'm waiting for a salary or whatever issue, go ahead to lock in your discounts for the 3 installments, 2 installments plan as well. And that would suffice. If you want to reach out to me, okay, you make payment tomorrow. All right, that's fine. Any other questions before we call it a night? 2 more minutes to go. I'm gonna keep reiterating. If you have questions, now will be a good time to ask your question before we call it a night. We've spent close to 2 hours on the session, so just take a screenshot. Make sure that you have all the details. That's why I'm leaving it on this specific page. Take a screenshot to register, because once the discount is over, we're not going to be accepting payment. It's going to revert back to the original price. So any questions, guys? Any questions? All right. I think I have given enough time for people to ask questions. If there are no further questions, thank you so much for staying with me right up till now. It was amazing hosting the session and making sure that you all got value for your time. I'm looking forward to have each and every one of you in our session starting November 8th. And if you have any further question, I've dropped my phone number, I've dropped my email. If you want to talk about your organization or you yourself getting into the open program, just send me an email, or you can send me a WhatsApp message, or you can call me. I'm very much available to take calls. All right. Thank you so much for joining today's session, and have a great rest of your evening. Bye, guys, and cheers.